It's beer o'clock on Reload Craft Beer. Today we've got a can of the London Beer Factory's Hazey Daze Session IPA coming in at 4.6% ABV in a 330 milliliter can. There's a look at the can. There's their logo. Let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. We got one of those whole top removal can opener things on here. Listen to the bang. Ho ho ho! I don't know what the deal is with these cans, but they don't have to make a crack. The first time I opened one, I nearly jumped out of my skin. I feel like I want to drink it out the can. There's some liquid there. There's a glass of foam here. That might have been down to my initial rigorous pouring. Normally we look at the beer. Should we look at the beer first before I get my nose into this can? Okay, so we got a hazy, light amber coloured beer, 3 to 4 finger white head. Well, there's a look at the beer. I'm going to get the aroma out of the can. Is it a good idea? Always slightly metallic out of a can, isn't it? It's not a good idea. What I did get was a bit of grapefruit, bit of mango, bit of fleshy blood orange. Let's get it from the glass. Let's do it properly. Yeah, it's got a kind of a tutti frutti, tropical fruit chew-it aroma to it. Mango, grapefruit, tropical fruit. Maybe a touch of strawberry, lemon, lime, piney. It smells really good. Let's dive in. Cheers. Really interesting. Maybe take another sip. It's got a little bit of a metallic taste. Initially I thought I was getting it from the can, but I don't think... I am, to be honest. I didn't really give it much of a rigorous pour. I thought it was me, but it's not. I think it just wants to... It just enjoys this big ice cream head here. The aroma is nice. The aroma is very, very nice indeed. It's just full of fruit and tutti fruitiness, and I thought I was going to really, really enjoy the beer. Let's see by adding the rest of the beer to the glass. Let's see if we've got rid of maybe a touch of that metallic taste that's in there. This is going to sound absolutely awful, and I don't mean this to come across the wrong way, but I'm just going to give you an example of... I'm just going to tell you what I'm tasting here. Not all of the taste. There's some really nice tastes going on in the background, but there's a little bit of a domination of two things. Slightly metallic and a slight nail varnish taste to it. I've never eaten nail varnish. I know what it smells... I know what it smells like, but a slight nail varnishy kind of taste to the beer. I don't know if that's a combination of the hops they've used versus a combination of the malts they've used versus a combination of the yeast they use versus a combination of the water, probably, because that's the 4 main ingredients. But something's not quite right. Yet it starts off so positive. you get mango and grapefruit, and it's piney and it's fleshy blood orange, and it's all going along so well. Wasn't so much in that taste. Maybe my taste buds are adjusting to it. It wasn't so metallic then. It wasn't so kind of nail varnish remover. So maybe I'm getting into the beer a little bit more now. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but I doubt it. It's really got an orange, not a like that fake orange that you sometimes get in a beer, you know. I've had one recently from Lidl, and the orange flavour and it was terrible. It was like, ah, blimey, what's that? This is a definite hop they've added, maybe Mandarina Bavaria or something like that. It's given a real lovely orangey flavour to the beer. I'm going to tone it down from metallic, because my palate's adjusted to it now. Initially it was metallic and nail varnish. I'm going to tone it down to just calling it a bit musty. There's a bit of a mustiness in there that it's cutting through the balance of the beer. You want to be tasting a little bit more biscuit malt, you want to be tasting a little bit more of the hops. And there's a passover in the middle. You know, when you have a little bit of sweetness to begin with, then it passes over to the bitterness, and in between you get biscuit malt, and then you get the hops, and then it's a nice clean passover of flavour. But in between the passover of the flavour, they've dropped the ball, and they've had to pick the ball back up, and the ball's all muddy now, and it's a bit slippery and it's a bit wet, and they can't pass it properly, and yeah, somebody's dropped the ball somewhere, and it's just a little bit musty. A little bit musty. My first beer from the London Beer Factory, little bit disappointed if I'm honest. I seen that, I picked it up in my local supermarket myself, didn't have the beer sent, went out and seen it, and I thought, oh, you know, that looks okay, let's try it. And I probably hope for something a little bit better, to be honest. I was really looking forward to getting into this beer. Every time I opened the fridge door, I was like, oh, I'm going to review this beer. Even at 9 o'clock in the morning when I'm just looking to pour my coffee, I'm like, oh, that looks really good. Love the label, love the design. So they'll probably brew a batch of this, which will be absolutely stunning in the future, and it will lose all of that kind of mustiness and whatever. Perhaps I had a bad batch. I would still very much like to try the rest of their range of beers, whether that be IPAs, porters, stouts, whatever they do. I do fancy trying some more beers from these guys, the London Beer Factory. But Hazey Daze, for me, it's a little bit disappointing. This batch, and I'm talking probably July 2018. So if you're watching in a year or 2 years in the future, and you've got a really lovely beer, and you've whacked a comment in the comments box going, what do you want about, mate? Because I get a lot of that. Because, you know, beer's brewed in batches, individual batches, and you could have a bad beer, yeah? You could have a really good beer, and then since then it's gone downhill. You don't know, do you? But as of July 2018, could do better would be the word. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 from Reload Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.